What's up, fam? It's Calla from Recalibrate here with episode 5 of the Lightin Up Podcast. On today's episode, we're going to lighten things up with my friend Nick Murrieta. He is the owner of After It Training in Tempe, Arizona, which is my gym and one of my favorite places to be. So on today's episode, we're going to be diving into how they, as a gym, survived CoCo, their CoCo protocols that they implemented that I believe are very fair for all parties and all beliefs. We're going to talk a little bit about veganism and diet and get a little bit into how we can take care of our bodies to survive the apocalypse or just survive in this world that we're living in, and really more than that, how to thrive in this world. So as always, please keep in mind that nothing on this podcast or that Nick and I talk about constitutes legal advice, medical advice, health advice, or any other sort of professional advice. This podcast and this conversation is just for entertainment and informational purposes only. As always, please consult with the proper professionals when making decisions for yourself or your family. And most importantly, please check in with your intuition. You are the doctor, you are the guru, you are the healer, and you know what's best for you and your family. So I'm really excited to share this episode. I am going to just let this one run at the end. So I want to let you know that if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, that sort of thing, and not on YouTube, before you hear the outro, you're going to hear just a little bit of music playing. That is a commercial playing for After It Tempe, After It Training, so you can see a little bit about the gym and what they're about. So that's going to be available for you to see on YouTube if you're watching there. That commercial was made by my friend Esteban. Quick plug for him. He's awesome. He's great at video and photography and that sort of thing. And if you are interested, if you're local in Arizona and you're looking for an awesome gym, please check out After It Training. You can find them online at www.afterittraining.com and on Instagram at AfterItTempe, also at After It Training. Those are both of their handles. I'm sure they would be happy to answer your questions. Head on over to their website. I know they've got some challenges going on right now, or a challenge about to start that you can get in on the low and come to the gym. So please check it out. Come move your body with me. I'm really excited for this episode. Nick and I don't agree on everything, and that's why this one's really special. So as always, take what feels good for you, leave the rest, and let's grab a candle, grab some sage, palo santo, sweetgrass, maybe some sacred smoke or some ganja, and let's lighten up together, fam. What's up, fam? It's Calla from Recalibrate, here to lighten up with my friend Nick.
What's up?
So let's grab some sage, palo santo, sweetgrass, a candle, maybe some ganja if you want to partake with us. And let's start by taking 3 deep breaths together, in through our nose and out through our mouth. So let's breathe in through our nose and let it out. We'll do that 2 more times. Last one, maybe let it out with the sound. As I light this candle, I just want to call upon Spirit and our higher selves for us to have this transmission and conversation. And I ask that the highest good and the knowledge that Nick has shine through, and that we can shine light on the issue of health and exercise. So you might have gathered we're in the gym. This is my good friend Nick Murrieta. I've been working out with him on and off for like, I don't know, long time, like since like 2011, 2010.
Yeah, I was gonna say somewhere around 10 years.
Yeah, it's been about like 10 years.
Yeah.
So Nick started in like this little gym, like just him, you know, renting space, and me and my friend worked out with him, and just to see his expansion and growth. Now we're at After It training in Tempe, Arizona. We have this whole gym. There will be some footage at the end of the class that you can check out, but I'm just so proud of you, Nick, and the growth that you've done.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about like what you do and why you decided to get into the health game.
Yeah, so After training kind of just like, it's an energy. It's kind of just, I think they're doing roof work or something.
I know there's like someone banging on the
garage.
garage.
They're jumping on the roof. They're doing some AC work or something.
That's okay.
So I mean, After training is just, in a sense, get after it, right? So I started training a long time ago when I was like 19. I started super young at a gym. In a way, I had no business training. I mean, it's just super young, right? And just kind of worked my way through. Eventually, after college, started After It. And then I just wanted it to be a place where diverse people can get together. That's the coolest part about it. It's just a community of people. You meet people from all walks of life. And ultimately, to be an energy source, right? Like, you know, I believe in training and workouts to lift and elevate and excel your life. And everything that you do on the training floor should, you know, bounce out into everything else you're doing, whether it's your job, whatever your passions are, pursuits, everything. So After It is just about that in its nature. And then we do all kinds of crazy strength conditioning stuff in here. We just want to get people exposed to a broad range of tools and stimuli and get them fit. So.
Get fit. I just did the 12 o'clock class right now, and it's amazing. But everyone always is like, "Oh, you do CrossFit." So can you like? This is not a CrossFit gym.
Yeah, I feel like that's you know, CrossFit's really huge. Starting like, I don't know, like 10 years ago, and it's just like an easy way for people to describe what we do. It's kind of like mimetic in their mind, right? So like CrossFit is like, you have a box, a privately owned box, and that's what you do. So we're not a CrossFit per se. We do some CrossFit movements in certain classes, but we're kind of like a well-rounded strength and conditioning facility. So we have some like, you know, agility stuff you'll do here, conditioning over here, core, barbell training. We did some today. So we're kind of like a well-rounded training, group training facility. I like to tell people, I say there's like I know you like to talk about matrices, and I use it in a different way, but I say the human matrix of like speed, power, agility, footwork, conditioning, all of those elements that you see that you can train, we have all of those elements in our whole week of group training. And it's kind of like a choose your own adventure in terms of like which classes you want to come to, what kind of stimuli or things you want to work on.
Yeah.
So
I love the classes because one thing I've done CrossFit, and CrossFit's fine. I'm not a CrossFit hater, but I didn't like it felt like a lot of pressure and competition, and you had to like write your scores on the board.
Yeah.
And I'm sure every box or gym is different.
For sure.
But what I love about this gym is like, it's really just you versus you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I really don't get the vibe ever that anyone's like, oh, look at Kala, she's only using the green kettlebells today. Like,
yeah, I mean, I make them around like jokingly give you shit, just for fun though.
But I like it because there are times where I do need to push myself, and like, I appreciate when you're like, bitch, like you can go heavier than that.
yeah.
Because it pushes me, and that's why I'm here. Because if I go to the gym by myself,
that's the beauty of the accountability aspect or whatever, right? People are here for a bunch of different reasons, but that part and that element, what we can interact, how we can interact with our members, is like the coolest part. And yeah, it's going to push you to go a little bit further, push you to like, or if you're not coming, I might give you like a, you know.
You did that for me one time.
I did that for
It changed my life.
Yes. How long? I remember one specific time. I can't remember how long ago it was, but I do remember the time you're talking about.
Yeah.
But and that's what happens.
I mean, you did it before, like, you know, when you helped me through my like run the marathon.
It was a really important time. I can't remember what was going on in your life, but I know that something really. Like,
this last time that you reached out to me. Yeah. No, I was like going through it and like feeling like it was after I lost my lawyer job, and then like I was dating someone and just like drinking to escape my problems, working in a bar, and I just like wasn't I wasn't showing up, and you were just like, hey, like, are you okay? And I just came in and talked, and like we just talked about like a way that I could make it manageable. And I remember you telling me, you were like, if you can just get in 3 times a week, like you're gonna feel so much better, and like just commit to that. And I did, and you know, now some weeks I don't always, but like I feel like I have such a healthy relationship with working out now because of this place, because it's just like what I do.
Yes.
It's just something that I do, and it's like I make the expenses work, and I make it a part of my routine, and then it also brings me so much like community and connection. And
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's 2 things I'm thinking about. But one, I always think of this as like I always tell people, new people coming in here, I'm always like, look, we're trying to just get you to ride the wave, right? Sometimes you get on the surfboard, you may fall off the surfboard, but ultimately we're trying to ride that freaking wave, and you're gonna have days, you're gonna have weeks, months sometimes where you're not coming in as much as you'd like to, whatever, just life, right? Yeah. So, and that's cool, we get that, but the whole point is we want you to eventually get back on the surfboard. Yeah. And you know, and like all CrossFit boxes, this is like, you know, it's a boutique, some people call it boutique, or like a premium membership, as I'd like to say it, right? I come from the personal training world, so like personal training is really expensive, and I train people as well. But this is like such a convenience factor, and people that like it, it's not for everybody, but people that like it and like make that investment, you know, we just try and deliver as much as we can, and it's the best of both worlds behind like going to a group training and then having a personal trainer. We try and give you that feel for as if you had a trainer, you could come talk to us with whatever.
I feel like I have a personal trainer.
Yeah.
And I like doing, like I've worked out with you on my own, you know, we've done sessions, and I've also like just ended up, when you guys first started, like I would end up in class by myself, and I was like, oh, personal training. Now that never happens.
Yeah, we have nobody on the roof right now because there was no AC, there was only swamp coolers in that place.
Oh, well, it feels like the AC's on now.
The AC's kicking right now, yeah, so.
That banging happened, but you know what, it's over now, and we hope that you didn't hear it, but if you did, it's, you know, what can you do? This is real life. But I love I don't feel as energized in a solo one-on-one training session as when I have the people around me. Like, you do feed off the collective energy.
For sure. Oh yeah. Most definitely.
And I missed, like, when CoCo happened, I missed the fuck out of this gym. Like,
oh yeah.
I could not, because you guys had to tell us a little bit about what happened. Like, initially, you guys had to close.
Wild fucking ride. Yeah, so I mean, every gym, there were so many sectors of businesses that got hurt, and I don't know, maybe it's just me because I'm personally in it. So like, I would say gyms under businesses were like one of the top ones to get hurt, kind of the most. Restaurants are up there, you know. I don't even know where to fucking start with it, but it was. Well,
I want to talk about how you handled it, because I was really impressed. Like, I fucking love this gym, dude. Like, you guys, if you're in Arizona, you should come to this gym.
First of all, can I say something? I just want to say it, and because I thought about this last night before you do this. I just want to say I appreciate you so much. Also, because then like no bullshit, just I mean all of it, right? Just like you've been so loyal. You always recommend people come here, and so I appreciate you. And thank you.
Oh, well, thank you guys. I love this gym. Like, I really believe in it. That's why I was like, we have to do a podcast. Because, like, I know how smart you are. I know, like, how awesome this, you are. I know how awesome this gym is. And I know, like, like, when CoCo happened, it really showed me, like, where people fell in my life. And, like, not that there's anything wrong with, like, any way of doing things, but, like, you know, it brought me closer to people that I'm more aligned with. And like the way you guys handled CoCo from the jump, like it was awesome. And I was like, damn, like I fucked with you guys before, but now I really fuck with you because like you immediately went into action to get people online exercises.
Got it.
You rented out equipment. Like you did everything you could to keep us. You lowered your member prices for people that couldn't afford to keep supporting you, but I know you had awesome people who still paid. It
was a combination of so many things. So we helped out whoever we could, and it was just wild, right? You don't know what's in sight. Like literally, it's like your business shuts down, nobody can go in, and it's just basically all you're doing is hoping to keep your people engaged for however long. Hopefully, this is going to be like a month or whatever.
Yeah, you're like, is this indefinite?
Yeah.
Like what?
And so, looking back now, it was a lot longer than a couple months, and really it's just like it was just nothing but attrition, and there's nothing you could really do because no people were coming in. So, but yeah, we.
How long were you doing just the online workouts? Wasn't there a point where then we like opened again temporarily?
We did twice. So we basically had to shut down twice per how the state was managing it and stuff like that. But we started online workouts. We were on those pretty quick, and then we got a bunch of video equipment. We were recording, so like I can respect all this because we started recording 25 to 35 minute workouts. And I had to buy a whole new laptop.
I remember the trainers would be like,
yes. Yeah, we were breathing hard. And we're like, there's like one dumbbell or one little thing that we're using, but.
You also made it fun. You did like the.
Oh, man.
You did a lot of fun challenges.
Yeah.
Like you would send in, I remember having to like do different things like a wall sit and like send and just different things and send that I did it in a text.
We'd have challenges. We'd have a workout of the day and then we'd have like a challenge. And that was cool. That was actually fun.
It was fun.
There was a lot of fun we had with it for sure. Like obviously I don't want to be shutting down, but it was fun to like I like tech kind of shit and I'm like down for that. So I was editing basically all these workouts and we were like creating them. I mean, all the trainers, we were all coming in here still. Like I was still, and I saw a couple clients still. Like most of the clients that were willing to come, I still saw them here, just one-on-one. But we had to kind of shut down all the group stuff.
Yeah.
There's a lot of mystique in it too, like how you could operate all this other stuff is wild. So and a lot of
And then you guys went through like you had a business partner that you broke up with, I remember.
Yeah.
And that, I found out about that on the morning of my second morning of ayahuasca, and I was so vulnerable.
I remember you texting me.
I cried. I was like, my gym is closing. I was literally like sobbing, and everyone was like, oh my God, are you okay? And I was like, no, I'm not. Yes. And then I texted you, and you were like, it's okay, like we're just revamping. And I was like,
yeah, I mean, part of it was unsure. So that was wild in itself too, and like not to.
Right.
It was pandemic happened, gyms have to shut down, we're losing business, and on top of all of that, then my previous business partner and I split, and so we're like vying for like, all right, how we do this, and so I'm then literally taking the reins over 100%. Which it was wild. It was wild. It was crazy. It was a challenging year, to say the least.
Yeah.
Year and a half, whatever. But we're making it out. We got an awesome group of people just like you, and people want one thing where you have a business is like people want you to stay open. They want you to like it's just this is a second home for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So
this is.
Yeah.
And I also respect like. You guys, the first opportunity you had to bring people back in to class, you did it. And like, the way you guys stepped up to the challenge and like, I could just see like you guys give a fuck.
Yeah.
You give a lot of fucks.
Yeah.
And like, you were creative and like, I'm sure it wasn't just you. I'm sure you had help from like the trainers and Katie and all these people, but like,
for sure. Couldn't do it without them.
Just like watching, I remember I came in and you had to do the mask thing, so we had to wear our masks into the building.
Yeah, I can go over that.
Yeah, and then the squares, all that shit.
Yeah, so we basically had to shut down twice. We immediately started all these online workouts, and then we're sending out videos every day, yada, yada, yada. And then at some point I can't remember what month, it's all blurry to me, but then we could have people come back in. So, and I thankfully, I think I forgot about exactly all how it went. I kind of think that helps me, like my memory of like certain things I don't remember.
Yeah.
Part of me thinks I have like some like really bad fucked up trauma when I was like a little child, and I just like how like blank spots. So like sometimes I think about like a it's like shrooms or something like that, that's going to come back at me one day. I'm going to be like, oh shit.
I think we all kind of have a fear of like,
right.
what did we shove down?
Right,
what
yeah,
are we
that's what I'm
repressing?
saying. Yeah, something's going to come out of it. But so we had to open back up, and then so we had like squares.
We all had like a 7-foot box with tape on the square or on the floor.
So it's as a business too, and it's just like, you know, obviously the whole world just got politically, as if it wasn't just politically nasty already, it just got even worse. Which, and that's the thing, I very clearly, like all of our employees now, like in here, like not saying anything negative about any part of this, but like we don't fuck with politics or we don't fuck with religion. Like just it, like do your thing, do your own thing, that's cool. But like I always tell people, like our politics is barbells and our religion is, you know, whatever.
Maces.
Yeah, maces. Yeah. So like that's the only thing I care about in here for anybody. So but yeah, so we at some point, like it was the rules where you had to come in, and it was like we were operating with both spectrums of people too that were like,
yeah, they had my ass in here that was like,
and then to the people that are like,
double masking.
that are double masking, and then you have all of it. You have this, you're working with the spectrum, right? So as a business too, it's like, well, you can choose to go very hard one way or the other, or you can just try and like, at the end of the day, I do everything to bring the community together, and like, you know, no, we're not trying to be assholes, and we're going to go with what we think is best and how we can survive at the end of it. Like going through all the stuff I was kind of like managing, like I'm going to make sure and make this place exist like after going through this. So it was kind of like, I mean, the hypocrisy of it was interesting, but yeah, you had to like wear your mask only through the common areas. And so basically like when you come in, like if I had to do it, just like, if you want to wear a mask, wear it. If you don't want to wear a mask, you know, like, and if people are like, that's why we spaced it out. So that's why we have the boxes, so everybody's in their boxes apart. So that when you get in here, you can wear your mask or you don't have to.
Right.
So we just made it to where you do not have to. When it
while
was like,
you're exercising.
Yeah,
which
when it was like hyper lockdown.
Yeah, and this was at the height. Like,
yeah.
I was impressed because you easily, like most gyms just bitched out, no offense, but they did. And they were just like, you have to wear a mask while you're exercising, which in my mind is like, mind blowing, because like breath is imperative.
Yeah. Well, and then this is like, we're dealing with all these things of, you know, just getting into like the science, and like there's so many unknowns, and there are knowns too, but it's just like there's so many things that we're even going to discover afterwards, like how effective this was, how not effective this was, right? So at the end of the day, you kind of just figure out what you can and make it operational for as many people as you could, frankly.
I forgot about the weed.
Oh, go for it.
You guys did a great job of going down the middle route, because to me it felt fair. Like, I get it, you know, like not everyone feels the way I do, and everyone has the right to do what they want to do in terms of their health. But I just respected that you took that middle road, because, you know, there were the precautions in place. Like, we had the boxes. When we left our box to go get a weight, you know, I just wore a bandana and put it on my mouth. We washed our hands. We wiped down all of the equipment in between each thing. We traded, you know, you stopped using the collective equipment. And you did everything, and it was just, I just respect the way you handled it.
I appreciate that.
It was fucking tight.
Yeah, it was a ride.
Because that was at the height of the shit.
That was at the height of the shit. Yeah, that was at the height of it.
And you were still like doing it, and I was like, damn, I fuck with this. Like, I literally said, I was like, I'm gonna go to you guys forever, just because of the way you handled it.
And we had conversations with, you know, like so many stories from it, but So now it's kind of like things are getting back to normal. Like, they are.
Now masks are optional.
Masks are optional. I would say we have like pretty much like 95% of people. I'd say more than that, probably.
More than that, not in masks.
Yeah.
I see a person in a mask maybe like once a week.
One part I missed out. We talked about this earlier, and we wanted to save it, but like we had like just some of it felt weird. Where we had like we had the health department that they like I remember literally recalling, and like,
They were
it just
calling
felt
you?
creepy.
Is that what you said?
No. Well, they were calling me, and then they were, which again, like, I'm fine with, like.
You
but
weren't
they
doing
just-
anything wrong.
Oh, that's good. Okay, for now. I don't have too much before I just shut it.
You can't blast off.
Well, no, yeah. I'll blast off afterwards. Health department committee one day shows up, and it's just unexpected. I don't know. It's just weird. It was just weird. But they came in and we were doing everything as, just solid,
Yeah.
So the biggest thing is the
Did they
airflow.
come during the class?
It came during class, yeah, and it was.
Were you nervous? Were you teaching? Who was teaching?
I was teaching.
Oh.
I mean, it's fine. Like, look, I'll talk to anybody. I don't care. Like, but it was just like it felt. I don't know. Like we're doing everything we can, and once he came here, it was just the unannounced visit, which I didn't like.
Yeah.
Like, I have a problem with certain things, and it was a Friday. He came in and like completely, there's like ASU gear, go ASU, go Devils. But it was just like, I don't know, we were doing everything. So he was cool with it. And I think at this point they were like, I don't know, it's just businesses are trying to survive, trying to do what we can.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just checking in.
But that just goes to show, like, you guys did the right thing.
Yeah, and like, look, nobody wants to get sick.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to get sick. And we're in here to get healthier, and we don't want to get sick. If a pandemic's going on, we'll do what we can to make sure that, this place is sanitary. And also, like, everybody wants to be in the sanitary gym, even if you don't, like, outside of this.
I think after the fact, we all were kind of like, damn, we never cleaned that equipment.
Yeah, for real. Yeah. The cleaning, I think, so that's the part that I thought that was could be good. Is like, out of it, you're going to have all these cleaning things that are going to be.
I do think that,
more priority.
But Nick and I are like same, but different. Because, like, I was like, what kind of chemicals are in that fucking cleaner that we're using?
Yeah.
Like.
Totally. I'm the same way.
There are chemicals. We should look into a natural alternative.
We have Bronners. I'm a huge fan of Bronners.
Yeah, you use that in the soaps.
Yeah. There's, it's all like, I'm a mix of all of it, right? So, like, I will find things that, like, or I think we all do this in a way. Maybe, like, there's some things I'll be like, nah, I'm not going to use, like, those parabens in there. Like, nah, I'm not going to do that. But over here, I just, like deodorant, I can't do natural deodorant. I tried it. I was at a beer festival. I'm not kidding. I remember this. And it was a hotter summer. And all of a sudden, I'm in a tank top. And I think I was, like, calling somebody, my girlfriend at the time. I had, like, caked, sponged, wet, mopping armpits. And I was like, never again.
Did they smell?
I think they smell fine.
Oh, okay.
But, like, I don't want, like, soapy underarms.
I use, like, the salt deodorant, and I went to the club randomly to see my friend perform, and I took a little bit of medicine, and I raised my hand and I was like, oh my god, like, what the fuck? I smell like a hippie. And I had to ask this kid, I was like, yo, can I have some of your deodorant that I saw you put in your fanny pack? He was like, you can just have it. Yeah. But I get, yeah, we're definitely like you're more middle of the road. Like, do you have you're a Leo.
Yeah, just barely. But I do, I get told that I express Leo traits.
You do?
I get told that.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You're also, but I feel like you also have this, like, Libra about you where you're just, like, very middle of the road. Like,
I'm pretty chill with a lot of things. Like, I don't want to get too, I don't know.
You can get us whatever. I was going to say, like, the main difference between us is I would never get the jab and Nick would maybe get it.
I contemplate it. Yeah, like, there's things where, that specifically, I think I'm just always open to, like, new information coming in.
Yeah.
Right? So, which I think everybody generally should.
A lot of people don't want to be wrong.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right. A lot of people don't want to be wrong. And they just dig their heels in the sand and just, like, here dying on this hill. And, I just,
But we've gotten, we used to work out and talk about, like, all sorts of conspiracy.
Everything.
Yeah. all the things.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we definitely, that's why I said, like, we're same. Like,
oh, yeah.
You know what's up. You're just not as, like,
Yeah, I mean, I just want to do what's best for me and live to 150 if I can.
Live to 150?
Yeah, 150.
You are that type of person.
Yeah, I would.
So what do you think we all need to do to live to 150?
And it's not possible right now.
Okay, but I mean, like, what can we all do to, like, maximize our health or, like, train for the apocalypse? Like, how do we get into, like, you know, how do we be healthy?
Be healthy?
Yeah. Like, if you're starting from, like, grounds, you know, if you're a person who, like, doesn't really...
Yeah. So I think one big mistake that a lot of people make is that, and this works for some people. So again, like, anything that I say, if you're listening, like, this is just a thought, but also it doesn't work for everybody.
Totally.
Like, you know, so like...
Take what feels good, leave the rest.
100%.
Always.
Yeah. And it's like, so sometimes people try and hop in and do way too much, or, you know, like cold turkey to like 0 to 100, right? And so I think that, and generally just what we see as a gym, and just like, shit, I've been around people for like 14, 15 years now doing this, and I think people just need to gradually get in tune and just do a little bit more. And I don't know, what always resonates to me is just feeling better.
Yeah.
Like, the aesthetics, yeah, they're more important to some people, and I think important to if we're honest, like, aesthetics are important to everybody, but like the focus and the heart can't be in that. Like, it has to come from feeling better and like energy and all that internal stuff. And then I think if your fitness or training journey concentrates or centers around that more, I don't know. It's just kind of like how I am in general, but I think that would help a lot more people just be more fit. So like specifically though, like anything they're doing, look at a diet, look at just getting active, just gradually hiking, and integrate in what you can and how you like to do it. Like this gym doesn't work for everybody, right? The hiking doesn't work. I love hiking. I'll go hiking in the middle of the summer.
Yeah, you go like butt crack and dawn though.
Yeah.
But so, like, you know, even, I guess, like, I was going to say, like, 3 times a week, but really it's just, like, one time, like, if you do one thing. Like, I think it's in Atomic Habits, he talks about...
Great book.
It's great. I knew he fucking heard it or read it. You do Audible, huh?
No, I like to read.
You like to... Oh.
Yeah.
Are you a speed reader?
No, I'm not. I'm really slow reading, actually. I feel like I'm slow. Especially good, too. Yeah, books.
Because I just have to, like, and I'm like thinking about it while I read it.
Yeah, but Atomic Habits is dope. If everybody wants to read that book, it's
a great book.
Yeah, one of the best.
But he talks about one of the best books. He talks about just being 2% better.
Yeah, there you go.
And he talks about doing things for 2 minutes.
Yeah. So okay, that's a good one. So we can talk like workouts, right? Like, here's one thing I encourage clients to do sometimes. Like, yes, do we want to come here and get a good workout? Yeah, but some people don't like this, but I'm a fan of like physical activity every day. But it doesn't mean you need to go full blast workout. Like, even if you're doing, like, do a 10, 15 minute something, like just throw a kettlebell around for like 10 minutes, have fun with it, just get moving. And I think the mindset of movement every day, it doesn't have to be super, super intense, but just do something active.
Take
do some push-ups in the morning. Yeah.
Do push-ups.
Anything like that. You're just trying to
stretch, do
build
yoga.
that momentum. Again, riding on the wave, stay in that wave.
Yeah.
Ride it.
I could be better about that.
Everybody can. Me too. Me too.
We all could be better all the time. So, okay, cool. Little things. What about diet? We could like go.
I know you want to ask some questions. Go you want to ask some juicy questions.
Well, I go back and forth on this vegan shit all the time because like 90% of the people I know in the spiritual community, maybe not that much, I might be exaggerating. What?
I'm curious now. What is the?
It's probably like 65 to 75% of people are vegan that I know.
Okay.
And like, I mean, I don't know. But it's a lot. Like, and you know, some people are vegan for like spiritual reasons or like, you know, because of their beliefs about animals and stuff. And like, nothing against vegans, but like, you know, I have tried being vegan and I just sometimes feel better when I eat like a steak, especially around the time of like my cycle. And I just was interested because we've talked about this before, because there was a time I was like, I'm gonna be vegan, and you were like, Are you sure you want to do that?
I have no problems. Like, it just, there's a lot of things where you can misstep in it. It's all.
Right, you have to like really supplement and like.
Yeah, and I have nothing like eat how you want to eat. I like to eat meat. I don't have a issue with it myself.
How often do you eat meat?
Oh, I don't even know.
He's like 3 times a day.
No, probably.
I thought you ate like plant-based sometimes.
Oh no, I love it. Here's the thing too, like, no, I love the aspects of plant-based, especially like if I don't really do protein powders, but if I did, when I did do them, they're all vegan protein powders. They just usually assimilate better. And I might change them, or who knows, right?
Well,
But I would wait. What do we want to know about the vegan thing?
Just like I just want to hear your thoughts, or like what I guess kind of like what you told me when I asked you about it.
Yeah. So the way I approach this is just it's somebody coming in. I always ask people, like, we always go, and again, do not carry. That doesn't matter to me. I want you to eat how you want to eat. So I always ask them, like some people write down on our intro sheets, like, oh, okay, I'm vegan or vegetarian, whatever. And so if it is because of spiritual reasons, that kind of stuff, then like, cool, do your thing. Like, and we'll just try and work with it and just be like, okay, here's maybe watch more of this, watch more of that. So, watch your micros, your minerals, your vitamins, all that kind of stuff. Just make sure those are on par. There's certain things we can get into. It's always like what you want to have. But if you are not doing it for that reason, because you saw the latest documentary and you think this is healthier, then I kind of go deeper and say like, all right, well, how have you felt? And I just assess. And look, we don't even know. There could be people that legitimately feel this is like, they legitimately feel better. And maybe biochemically they are better.
Exactly. There's
diet, right?
We're all different machines.
100%.
Like there's a million ways to do different things, but I'm basically just asking for myself right now because I want to,
Yeah, I generally feel better when I eat meat, like once, twice a week. So if it's not for spiritual reasons or anything like that, then I'll have them try it if they want, but I'm not going to push them towards that.
Right.
Yeah.
But because I think that's when I came to you, was I watched some documentary that was all about like how, have you seen those ones? Like what the health I've seen all of them.
Yeah. No, like, but both sides too, right? Like any documentary you watch, not just vegan ones, but just like documentaries are
propaganda.
Exactly, right? And it's just like, it's marketing. Yeah. And you know what the trend I've always seen interesting, and like it's now very clear, but like the wave of documentaries like 5 years ago, when you still thought documentaries were like raw, uncut, but then all these artists started doing their documentaries. And side note, I think some of them are dope. They're dope. They're really cool to see, but they are marketing in a way. So like they call it a documentary, but it's their marketing. So it's like it's just a new form of marketing, whatever.
Right.
That's the wave of where it's going. But anyways, super side note.
No, I appreciate that disclaimer because it is true. Like we always have to be using our discernment when we watch anything. And keep in mind that like money, people want money.
Yeah, yeah.
So and it's their perspective, and everyone, there's like no one fucking way to do things.
Yeah.
Like.
100%.
And you may be vegan for 6 years and then be like, I need a fucking steak right now, and then you may never eat one again, or you may eat meat. Like it's literally like.
There was the best one that I watched, so my problem with the vegan or more like of those is normally I'll watch those documentaries and I spot the bullshit in it.
Yeah.
And I spot the parts where they are selectively handpicking this science or this data.
Right.
But then I know there's this other stuff over here which they did not mention conveniently.
Right.
So that's the issue I have. Just if you're trying to talk about a thing, let all the studies out, let all the results out.
Yeah.
But this is what we see this year. This is what we see everywhere. So
and I think their counter argument would be like, well, those studies are paid for by the meat packing industry or whatever.
Right, and we can go down that rabbit hole. And some of them, and legitimately too, like some of those studies, like some of them are biased. Like some of these studies that come from
on both sides, I'm sure.
100%. Yeah, exactly.
So it's really just listening to your body.
Listening to your body, and if you are trying to study it and learn, just know that like there's going to be stuff coming this way or that way, and you're just trying to grasp all of the information you can. Diet is wild because
get into it.
So it just changed so much, right? And so I always like to draw these correlations, and I love to go into this because it's literally like, so I think we met in 2000, probably like 9 or 10, something like that. Yeah, when you and KP were at Pure Fitness. So like at that time, we were following like bread was the base layer. It was still like that, and it was like 60% like carbs and then bread and all this stuff, and like we were literally following the food pyramid, and that's like how they trained you, and that was the wave, that was it. And then like paleo started to jump in, and it was like boom, paleo, and then it was like slowly but surely.
I did paleo for a month with you.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Because you were like,
oh yeah,
I made me laugh because you were like, what do you when I first started training with you, you were like, what do you eat? And I was like, bagels, pizza, cereal. Like it was all bread, and you were like, let's try a paleo, and it was fucking hard. Like I did paleo for a month, and I didn't eat any bread, and I was like, but it was good. And it turns out I'm gluten intolerant.
Yeah,
so like
it's just inflammation. You're trying to find out the things you're inflamed on. So yeah, the first time I tried paleo, like did it. I don't do it anymore, but like the first time I tried it, having bread out of your life, like it just seems like a not possible world. Like what world do you live in? Like a switched universe.
I was like, why do I exist?
Right. So kind of going what I was going after is that you see all these different waves of nutrition, and literally it's like religion, like feverish religion of paleo, vegetarian. And to me, that is the worst part of politics too. Just people get douchey about it. And there's no reason for that. Like, I get it. It's kind of also corny that you're so adamant about how you eat, some people are just way too, whatever.
It's exactly.
But it's the religion of like food, nutrition is a religion, and I get it. Some of it's important. They go back to like sustainability. I get it.
Right.
I get it. There are arguments to be had, but don't be a dick.
I mean, obviously, like the way, don't be a dick. But there are like obviously ways we could sustainably more harvest animals and stuff. I think we know, like I didn't even say like your credentials or anything, but like you went to college, like, right?
Yeah.
You graduated from ASU.
Yeah.
You know
ASU,
your shit.
kinesiology, biology.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See, you don't have to have a degree to know things, but like,
you do.
And you just study this stuff, like I know you do. So I know you know both sides, and like I just wanted to touch on that because it is such a like topic of like I can tell people judge me hard because like sometimes I eat meat.
Yeah.
And I don't even eat meat every week. Like I eat meat around the time of my cycle, and like when my body's like, I want meat.
Yeah. Yeah.
And sometimes after like a hard work, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Look, not harming any animal, I get it. Nobody wants to see anybody harmed. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. The world is a not nice place sometimes, and there's, we can talk about in vitro meat. I'm not even saying I'm a fan of it. I'm just saying, like, I just love talking about all this like future stuff going on.
That shit's crazy.
And
so I also think there's an agenda with the veganism.
For sure there is.
Like there's an agenda because of this fake meat and shit. Like,
yeah. Somebody's. I mean, everybody will. There's always.
It's more fake food. It's more fake food. Yeah. Ideally, we would have a fucking cow in our backyard that we kill and use like, all of the animal in the most humane way possible. We would, or like our neighbors would have a cow, and we, you know what I mean? Like we would use the earth. We wouldn't have the factory farms, but the problem is they're detaching us from like our primal human nature, which I know you're a little more like for the AI tech shit than I am.
Well, I'm definitely interested in it, but it comes with a very heavy level of suspicion and just like careful, like for sure. But yeah, it's just like food. How are you sourcing your food? Where are you getting it from? Where did it come from? How did this animal, if you are having an animal, you had it die, and there's, it's, wow, the world's so massive and big, and just, I don't know.
I know, I'm like, my micro just kicked in, so I'm like, oh, I could stay here for hours, but I'm like,
Yeah,
I will throw in praying over your food is like a good way to harmonize or like change some of the.
Yes, and I think hunters get like some of them. You have like thoughts in your mind. There's like I can't remember what his name is, but I know he's like in a helicopter blasting like wild hogs in Texas. Or you have just like obviously the ones that go out like elephant.
What? A guy goes around in a helicopter killing wild hogs?
Yeah, you know this is like a huge thing.
No.
Yeah, so like hogs in Texas, well in other parts of the world or other parts of the country too, they like kill some crop. I think they also fuck up some of the lands and maybe other animals. They're so like massively produced that they like literally. This is like to a super crazy degree, but I've seen like footage of guys that were like I can't remember the guy's name. Well, somebody will find out. But like it literally like blasting hogs from a helicopter. But this is like sustainable, or it's a sustainable. It's the wild, right? But people think of hunters differently. Some, and I would argue maybe most of them, have a lot more respect for animals than you think. You know what I'm saying? Like,
in hunting, I agree with that.
Yeah, if you've never, like, it's like most humans are like psychotic and just want to like.
Most humans kill an animal and then they use all of that animal for like the skin, the organs, and then they eat it and use it. And like that's a good point too on meat, like for the reasons of factory farming and stuff. I like to eat bison.
I love bison.
Or like other meats that are like game meats that are hunting, like even elk or whatever. Yeah. Because it isn't like, you know, a lot of like my issue with the meat is like these cows are I can't even eat chicken, but like these cows are like
the conditions with their
they're like abused and
like don't eat Tyson meat, like straight up do not eat Tyson meat, don't eat any of that shit like that. Like
ideally if you can go, like if you go to a meat shop, get some like there's a place called the Meat Shop in Phoenix. I haven't actually been there, but I really want to go, and it's like their farm, you know, that you just buy the meat from.
It's gonna trigger so many people.
Oh God, I know.
But again, like whatever way we want to do it, and we'll find better ways, and maybe it turns out we'll do it this way and we'll swerve over here. Like it's just the way the world works, you know. We just find out what is the best thing to do. Will in vitro meat all ever make it? I have a lot of suspicions of it.
That makes me want to barf, the thought of that.
Yeah.
No.
It's wild. They have like
it's actually like, not wild.
It is wild. They have mechanical
wild
things.
Wild would be the bison in nature. That
that's what you're saying. Yes. Yeah. They have like little mechanical pillars and stuff that they'll like, because they have to like, what is this called? Like basically act like it's contracting and stuff to grow it, to actually make it grow. So like the muscle is like moving, the meat is like moving. So they have like, you know, think of it though.
It's basically just like the muscles in
basically
there. Like
that. Yeah, correct. Yeah, so they contract and expand it. But they have to do that for it to grow for some of them. I'm not sure all the technologies they have with it now, but I'm definitely interested in like.
You would eat it?
I would try it for sure.
You'd probably try anything.
I would try it. Yeah, I would try anything. Yeah, I would try all of the vegan burgers. Yeah, I'm down to try stuff.
Yeah.
I think, you know, I want to push humanity forward.
Yeah.
So.
You want to get after it.
Yeah. 100%. In all aspects.
Right? It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I respect that about you.
Thank you.
I respect a lot of things about you. Actually, this was so fun, and I feel like we gave the people enough of their.
I hope so. I feel like I was just bullshitting for the last 30 minutes.
I know. It's actually been like 45 or something.
Okay. Yeah,
but we did a good job. I feel really excited. I feel like we talked about a lot of cool shit, and we were just bullshitting.
Game.
But that's
I hope that's what Nick. Yeah. Conversation.
Yeah. Just kidding. But thank you so much, and I was wondering if you would maybe pull a card
for
the collective. This is so
just pick one out.
You can just pull them all out and pick what you want, and just call on your higher self, Nick, and see what. This is the Louise Hay Power Thought cards.
Okay.
So it's just like an affirmation. So we'll just see. You can pull however you want. You can just like open it and pick one. You could shuffle them, and we'll see what affirmation we got for the collective.
All right.
All right. What does it say?
Oh, I have to read this part too?
Yeah.
Okay. Life supports me. Life created me to be fulfilled. I trust life, and life is always there at every turn. I am safe.
I love that.
That's nice.
Life supports us.
Life does support us.
Well, thank you so much. You're a badass.
Thank
if you
you.
guys need a gym in Phoenix or, well, Tempe or the whole area, you guys are going to expand eventually, right?
Yeah. Got slowed down a little bit, but yeah, we'll, next couple years.
And you guys give a, can you still sign on to your website at www.aftertraining.com and try you can
Yeah,
go.
you can try it for free. Yeah. We want people to try it out. We want you to like, just come in here and try it out. I would say like jump in the fire, you know, it's going to be.
So you do like an onboarding session and then you have 3 classes in 7 days, right?
Yeah, right now, I mean, we'll that's like the standard. Sometimes we may be running something a little bit different, but all of
they
it's
do like specials sometimes where
Yeah,
it's like you can join the challenge for like, you know, way cheaper, and then that's how I got going back again. I was like, can previous members?
Ultimately, we just want people to come here if they're interested and try it out, step in, and like, we'll take them, we call them on board, just come and get registered and tour, because we just want you to feel comfortable, first of all. Like, there's the one thing we do have as trainers is we're not like we're not like militant, and we're not like, I always tell people like, come in, like we're probably gonna bullshit with you, but get you to work hard. Like pretty much this is the vibe of our trainers and staff.
It's definitely a chill vibe, but it can be intimidating to go to a gym
100%.
like the first time. But it's all like, there's not like people in like sports bras and like.
No, there's not a lot of bodybuilders in here.
No, it's mostly
no
just
offense,
like,
bodybuilders, it's not my thing.
No, it's just not our
thing.
specialty.
Yeah.
You could come in here though as a bodybuilder if you want.
Yeah.
But like it's mostly just, it's all sorts of people.
Yeah.
There's like people that are fucking not bodybuilders but could be, and then there's people that are like, you know, just starting out.
Yeah. First time trying it out sometimes. Yeah. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
I appreciate you so much. I love you. Thank you. And thank you guys for listening. Lighten up, bitch.
Later.
Shape it up, play to win. All my homies pushing weight again. Shape it up, play to win. All my homies feeling great again. Shape it up, play to win. All my homies pushing weight again. Shape it up, play to win. Put the record on, let it play again. All my homies feeling great again. All my homies feeling still hazy, funk past J's, a face of blunt ashtrays and skate with punk kids. I still chase the sun, bad days, I'm lacing up half cabs and shake John spliffs. Whatever happened to rap, it should rest in peace to Mac, and I'm here to raise it from the dead. Cause drugs ain't cool, kid, plug you with that new shit. Turn water to wine and break bread. And if I said this all the future, would you trust I told the truth, or would you run away and tell my whole fan base? Cause sooner or later, kid, they'll take your human nature and they'll burn you at the stakes while the band plays. So, in the last words, better speak up now. I said, why do birds sing? What's a king without a crown? They all stood in silence while they listened to the sound of a madman reason with the demons he found. You can't lock up ideas, we don't even exist. I just live through the speakers and the beats that we kick. Is this forbidden fruit from the Garden of Eden? Is it freedom of speech, or am I speaking for freedom?